Embarking on a journey of self-discovery and self-affirmation presents a challenge familiar to us all at some stage in our lives. A pivotal component within this journey involves mastering the art of setting personal boundaries and embracing the potency of refusal. Frequently, we find ourselves ensnared in the pattern of prioritizing the needs and wishes of others, often to the detriment of our own welfare and interests. This contemplation endeavors to delve into the underlying dynamics of this conduct, emphasizing the significance of acknowledging and honoring our own limitations. We shall delve into how disengaging from detrimental situations or relationships transcends mere self-preservation. It signifies a profound demonstration of self-regard and independence. Throughout this discourse, we shall dissect the multifaceted nature of this progression, pondering over how the capacity to decline and uphold a steadfast trajectory in life can metamorphose our rapport with ourselves and others, fostering a more genuine and gratifying existence. Before we commence, please ensure that your subscription is up to date, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section as we progress through the video. Let's get started. It's a fascinating and quite prevalent phenomenon, the inclination of many individuals to invest their time and energy in others, often surpassing their own limits and needs. But what lies at the core of this behavior? It could stem from an internal quest for validation, a profound yearning to feel valued and accepted, or perhaps these individuals perceive their self-worth as intricately tied to how they are perceived by others. This excessive preoccupation with external perceptions can ensnare one in a dilemma. When one becomes overly concerned with others' opinions, there's a risk of losing sight of their own identity. They may end up mirroring others' expectations and judgments, as if their very existence hinges on the validation of others. This can be draining, and in numerous instances, lead to a relentless cycle of seeking validation and approval. The quest for acceptance can be driven by various factors. Some individuals may grapple with feelings of insecurity regarding their own worth, seeking external validation to affirm their value. Others may have been raised in environments where love and attention were contingent upon meeting others' expectations, fostering the belief that this is the sole pathway to love and respect. Nonetheless, it's imperative to acknowledge that this perpetual pursuit of external approval can lead down a lonely and unfulfilling road, akin to attempting to fill an inner void with something forever out of grasp. Breaking free from this cycle may entail cultivating a healthier relationship with oneself, prioritizing the validation of one's own opinions and needs. Through this process, individuals can embark on a journey towards greater authenticity and personal contentment, where external opinions serve as just one facet of life, rather than the sole determinant of happiness and self-worth. At certain junctures, many of us find ourselves devoting our time and energy to others. But what drives this inclination? Is it a quest for self-validation or a profound longing for appreciation? Excessive preoccupation with external opinions can render us prisoners of these judgments. If you frequently find yourself in this predicament, I wish to impart to you a valuable strategy for reclaiming your autonomy and self-worth. This strategy is simply termed as walking away. Though it may appear somewhat abrupt, in certain circumstances, it proves to be a necessary measure to reaffirm your personal agency. Throughout our journey, we encounter a myriad of individuals, some who disregard boundaries, others who exhibit excessive dependence, or even those who display cruelty and selfishness. Demonstrating to such individuals that you are prepared to walk away not only reaffirms your independence, but also reasserts control over your own life. The potency of walking away is fortified by two pivotal pillars: the ability to assertively decline and the presence of a clear life direction. If you often find yourself entangled in the desires of others, or worse, feeling exploited or mistreated, it's likely that you struggle with asserting boundaries and lack a clear sense of purpose. Having a defined objective signals to the world that you value your time and, consequently, your life. This naturally distances you from situations where your boundaries are disregarded. Staying focused on your own path diminishes the need for external validation. Remember, walking away entails more than just physical departure. It embodies a mindset of self-respect and worth. Embracing this perspective sends a resounding message. You hold the reins of your life. I appreciate your commitment to this contemplation. While the notion of walking away may seem severe, there are instances where it becomes essential to assert one's autonomy within a given context. Along life's journey, we encounter a multitude of individuals. Some interactions are fleeting, akin to leaves carried by the wind, while others deeply embed themselves in our hearts. Each encounter, whether brief or enduring, leaves its own unique mark on our personal narrative. Opting to step back isn't always straightforward. It often brings forth a medley of emotions, blending relief with a touch of melancholy. Yet, it's crucial to recognize that seizing control of our own narrative signifies maturity and self-awareness. Understanding when to bid farewell, when to conclude a chapter, is a fundamental skill in crafting a fulfilling and genuine life. While this decision may appear self-centered to some, it's ultimately an act of self-preservation. By distancing ourselves from situations or individuals that no longer align with our values or aspirations, we create space for fresh opportunities and enriching experiences. This voyage of self-discovery resembles a mosaic of encounters and farewells, each contributing a distinct hue to the broader canvas of our existence. Though these moments of departure may sometimes sting, they are indispensable for our personal growth. They impart lessons about our boundaries, desires, and most significantly, about our true selves. Through sharing these reflections, my aim is to ignite curiosity and intrigue in my audience, urging them to explore their own narratives with a fresh perspective brimming with potential and enlightenment. Amid the myriad individuals who traverse our paths, some pose distinct challenges in comprehending and honoring personal boundaries. Certain individuals may exhibit excessive dependency, clinging to us and demanding an undue share of our time and energy. While these interactions often originate from well-meaning intentions, they can evolve into draining dynamics, fostering an imbalance in the relationship. Conversely, there exist individuals whom we might categorize as disagreeable and malevolent. Regrettably, these individuals perceive social interactions as avenues for manipulation and exploitation. They may engage in cruel conduct, employing sarcasm, criticism, or abusive tactics to diminish others, solely pursuing their own interests without regard for the well-being of those around them. These adverse interactions, though daunting, present invaluable learning opportunities. They underscore the significance of establishing and upholding healthy boundaries. Learning to recognize and navigate such personalities is pivotal for our emotional well-being and personal growth. They instill in us the importance of assertiveness, empowering us to uphold our values and refuse to tolerate disrespectful or harmful treatment from others. By consciously choosing to distance ourselves from those who disregard our boundaries, we convey a potent message both to ourselves and to them. This stance unequivocally affirms our autonomy and power to determine who plays a role in our lives. This act of withdrawal signifies not only self-assertion, but also a critical stride towards reclaiming control over our own welfare and capacities. It is a deliberate act of self-defense and preservation. In distancing ourselves from toxic individuals or draining relationships, we prioritize our mental and emotional well-being. We safeguard our personal space and invest in our personal growth. It serves as a reminder that we are the architects of our own happiness and inner tranquility. Furthermore, this action holds the potential for a profound impact on individuals prone to crossing boundaries. It can serve as a catalyst for introspection, offering them an opportunity to comprehend the consequences of their behavior and perhaps instigate changes in their conduct. The potency of walking away is indeed underpinned by two fundamental pillars: the assertiveness inherent in saying no and the lucidity of purpose in one's life. Primarily, the word no emerges as a formidable instrument in the art of boundary setting. It embodies simplicity, directness, and efficacy. Through uttering no, you articulate your needs, preferences, and limitations unequivocally. This act of self-assertion is pivotal for nurturing healthy and respectful relationships. It signifies a declaration of autonomy, evidencing that you retain control over your choices and actions. Saying no transcends mere refusal. It serves as a reaffirmation of oneself and one's values. When individuals observe someone's lack of dedication to personal objectives, they may begin to perceive that individuals' time as less valuable than their own. This perception can cultivate a detrimental dynamic, wherein it becomes an expectation for you to prioritize the needs and wants of others over your own. Such a scenario not only diminishes the significance of your time and efforts, but also establishes a pattern where your own ambitions and aspirations consistently take a backseat. This pattern can manifest subtly and is often devoid of malicious intent. However, it perpetuates the notion that others' needs take precedence, fostering a cycle of self-neglect. When the majority of your time is spent fulfilling others' expectations, you may inadvertently neglect opportunities to invest in yourself and pursue your own aspirations. This scenario underscores the significance of cultivating a sense of direction and purpose. Clearly defined personal objectives aid in setting healthy boundaries and making decisions that align with your own priorities. This doesn't entail disregarding others' needs, but rather striking a balance between assisting others and prioritizing self-care. Additionally, recognizing the value of your time and efforts is imperative. This involves acknowledging your worth and the significance of your own ambitions. By valuing yourself, you impart the importance of self-respect to others. Viewing others as less committed to their own goals might lead to the perception that investing time to meet their demands equates to utilizing time effectively by serving their interests. However, this perspective is flawed as it evaluates the worth of your time and efforts solely based on their utility to others, disregarding your own fulfillment and growth. Such a mindset fosters the notion that your worth is contingent upon your usefulness to others, rather than recognizing your inherent individual value. This approach diminishes the significance of your aspirations and necessities, potentially resulting in diminished self-esteem and discontentment with life. It's crucial to acknowledge that contributing to others' well-being is just one facet of meaningful time utilization. The true value of your time is also evident when pursuing personal goals, attending to self-care, or engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment. Intensely committing yourself to a personal objective signifies profound self-appreciation, underscoring clear priorities and affirming the value of your time and existence. Taking such a stance sends a resounding message both to oneself and to those in one's circle, signaling that every moment is valuable and deserves to be utilized purposefully and thoughtfully. Embracing this clarity of purpose fundamentally alters how others perceive an individual. Instead of being viewed as someone readily available to fulfill the whims of others, one begins to be recognized as a person who consciously allocates their time, guided by personal intentions and objectives. Devoting oneself to personal goals yields several distinct advantages. Firstly, it fosters a sense of authenticity and integrity as actions align with inner values and beliefs, leading to a more genuine and fulfilling life. Secondly, this commitment enhances self-respect, consequently garnering respect from others. Demonstrating a value for one's own time naturally encourages others to do the same. Moreover, such dedication can serve as a source of inspiration for those nearby. By witnessing the effort and accomplishments resulting from commitment, individuals become positive role models, inspiring others to pursue their own aspirations and passions. Another critical aspect involves establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries. By dedicating oneself to personal goals, individuals learn to decline requests that do not align with their priorities, thus achieving a balance between meeting others' needs and their own. Moreover, prioritizing personal goals serves as an effective strategy for disengaging from situations where boundaries are violated or abuse is present. This capacity to navigate away from harmful environments holds significant importance across various life domains, whether in professional settings, marital relationships, or friendships. In professional contexts, a clear sense of direction enables individuals to recognize when work situations turn toxic or detrimental, whether due to colleagues disrespecting boundaries or an overwhelming workload. Knowing when and how to disengage becomes crucial for maintaining mental well-being and advancing in one's career. Similarly, in personal relationships such as marriages or friendships, staying committed to personal goals and values aids in recognizing when these relationships become imbalanced or harmful. Identifying and acknowledging when a close relationship becomes detrimental rather than beneficial can be challenging. However, by prioritizing personal needs and objectives, individuals become more adept at recognizing when it's necessary to disengage and pursue healthier, more balanced environments and relationships. This ability to step back isn't merely an act of self-preservation. It's also a demonstration of self-respect. It entails recognizing one's own value and understanding that everyone deserves to be in relationships and situations that are respectful and mutually beneficial. Incorporating these principles into a narrative conveys a message of empowerment and self-protection. It prompts individuals to consider the importance of safeguarding themselves from harmful circumstances and emphasizes the significance of seeking environments conducive to their well-being and personal development. Focusing on one's own journey reduces excessive preoccupation with others' opinions and affairs. As individuals concentrate on their own paths, the need for external validation diminishes significantly. They come to realize that the most significant person they need to prove anything to is themselves. Having this level of self-awareness and confidence is both empowering and essential for cultivating an authentic and satisfying life. Stepping away from abusive individuals and harmful environments is a potent means of safeguarding one's self-respect and integrity. It's not a display of weakness, but rather a demonstration of strength and self-awareness. By making such choices, individuals opt not to compromise their mental health and well-being for toxic situations or relationships. This stance also communicates a clear message to the world. You are the master of your own destiny. You determine who and what deserves your time and energy. This doesn't imply a lack of care for friends, family, or partners. Rather, it underscores that while you deeply cherish and value your relationships, your happiness and sense of self-worth are not contingent upon them. Establishing and upholding healthy boundaries is a means of asserting self-respect and expecting reciprocal respect from others. Taking the stance of walking away in negotiation scenarios sends a potent message, particularly in business contexts. It communicates to the other parties involved that you possess alternatives and that, although interested, you are not entirely reliant on a specific deal for advancement. This demonstrates confidence and an abundance mindset, both of which wield significant influence in negotiations. The abundance mindset doesn't necessarily stem from material wealth, possessions, or an extensive social network. Instead, it originates from an internal perspective, a state of contentment and confidence in one's capacity to create opportunities and achieve success. Operating from this vantage point exudes a profound sense of assurance and self-sufficiency, qualities that are highly appealing and persuasive to others. The same principle holds true in personal relationships. Naturally loving and valuing the people in your life is important, but recognizing that your happiness and sense of worth don't depend on them is crucial. This awareness enables you to cultivate healthier, more balanced relationships devoid of excessive dependency. In negotiations, being willing to walk away and treating it as a serious option often represents the strongest position. This approach showcases that your decisions are deliberate rather than driven by desperation or need. By being prepared to exit negotiations if the terms aren't favorable, you retain control and uphold the integrity of the situation. This stance not only improves the likelihood of achieving a favorable outcome, but also ensures that, regardless of the result, you maintain a position of power. You win by upholding your standards and respecting your own boundaries.